Seeing, okay, I think I just hopped it on to YouTube, so we might be live on YouTube right now. I can't do multiple platforms, so I'm pretty sure we're public on YouTube now. Conversations with Cam. Artistic creation is kind of what I'm all about. So now we're recording and broadcasting. So I just kicked it into that level. Here's Cameron.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello, we're back on. We're live.
It says live for 3 minutes already. Maybe it broadcasts already what we got there, so it's going pretty good.
Yes, but I like the subject. I like the subject about creativity and about bringing the spiritual into manifestation.
Yeah.
Sometimes this is a process of getting to know yourself. As a child, we do this very easily. We know ourselves very well as children. You see how
Yeah.
fluently a child creates. You just pick this up, make this thing, chuck it over there, not bothered about that. Next thing is pick up some mud, some rocks, some stones, some water, and then you have a castle. And as soon as you have a castle, you have a kingdom. And when you have a kingdom, you have a whole world and all the little people in there and all the things. But as we get older, we get layered with such restrictions socially, and these become trapped inside our body in various in various tensions, in various prisons. Prism.
Prison.
In the prism of light. There's a beautiful song. It's an Italian singer. I don't know what his name is. I can't remember now. But in Italian is "Sono solo sombre della luce." Is we are just shadows of the light.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And this attached to the prism thing, that we are constantly delving in. We are constantly delving into the shadow to find out more about ourselves. And if you are a good explorer, if you are a good creator, if you are a good artist of life, then your visits.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Not sure. There's a little bit of skipping going on your end. Um,
Yes, it's cutting out. Like I said, the storms here have been taking out. They took out the electricity for 2 days. They took out
nice.
the internet for 5 days. So yeah, just bear with me. This is natural.
Yeah, that was
Even the
perfect
internet,
timing.
people talking about like artificial intelligence. It's going to take over the world and destroy everything. No, there's going to be a storm. It's going to hit a pole, and then there's not going to be. There's no artificial
Unplug it.
intelligence.
That's great to
Something
unplug from all
happened.
of that.
A mouse chewed the wire.
Yeah, we had like when I was in Yalapa, that was the dead end of my phone. It already cracked in half and it was like split open, and my little walk through the river just finished it off, and I still don't have a phone. I got one coming this week though. And then Kimberly's phone just died the other day. It just stopped working and wouldn't turn on. And so we've been out with phones for a while, and then the internet was off and not working. And it's great when that happens because it forces you to do other things. It like brings you back to reality. It's like you step out of like the electronic world and get back into reality. It can help get you back into the garden, and it helps reset what's important in your life in a way. It's good, especially where you're at. When that happens to you, I'm sure you got artistic things to do. It doesn't slow you down in any way. That can destroy people's lives. People are so dependent and stuck into it that it might be pretty trippy when that disappears, and so it's good to learn away from it.
I agree with that, and as a modern human being, like everybody else, I am dealing with it. I love thunderstorms. I'm not a sunset person. There's people who can go and watch the sunset and just sit there tripping off the lights. I'm not that dude. I'm the
That's
dude
me.
who's watching. I'm the one who's watching the moon and watching the lightning. These last few days it's been raining. I go out on the balcony naked. I start dancing for the thunder, you know. I'm scared shitless. I'm like, come on, let's go. I said, if you're going to strike me, you're going to strike me now. Come on. I'm playing a little game, you know. I have to.
Oh, I've played that game.
Yeah.
I played that game on mountaintops before.
Yes, and it's a good game, but you don't want to push it, you know. But it's a good game for sure.
It's very humbling. I stood on top. I climbed up the mountain. I stood on top of the rock, and I said, "Yeah!" And then the lightning struck the mountain right next to me. And I got down next to the rock, and I actually, when I got up on the rock, I said, "Is tonight the night I die?" And then the lightning struck the mountain next to me, and I'm like, "Ooh." And I got down next to the rock, and I said, "Okay, I guess not." Thank you for the song.
Yeah, because it's super powerful, but it's playful also, you know, and interacting with these energies and not being scared of them. This come back to the childish thing, you know.
Yeah.
Come back to children, even in the rain, you know. Like I'm in the house, this triggers something. I'm in the house, it's raining, it's pouring, there's lightning striking. I look outside, the children playing, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember, you know, as a child, I was wet through and cold most of my childhood, and it didn't seem to faze me, you know.
Well, the rain down there where you're at now is really amazing because it's not that cold rain, so it doesn't give you the shivers as easily. You could be out in the rain and not get the shivers. You could be out in the rain for hours and not get the shivers. But most places there's a cold breeze or it's kind of chilly, so you can't stay out in the rain too long.
Yes, for sure. I wanted to touch on the phone thing, what you mentioned before as well, because I told you I got a new phone.
Yeah.
I ordered the phone, and I went through a whole trial of the universe. It was incredible. I don't have the phone.
Oh, wow.
The phone never arrived, you know. And so I was also like...
the phone never arrived?
Coming back to... What?
The phone never arrived?
It didn't arrive. It didn't. For some reason, it got refunded. Because I refunded and I don't have a passport, they won't give me a refund.
Oh my goodness. That's ridiculous that you need a passport for a refund for your money that you put to buy a phone that they didn't send. Wow.
Yes, they were sending it, and then something happened, and for some reason they refunded it, but they refunded it back into the banking system. And for that, I need to prove who I am. I only have my proof of my Mexican residency, but it's not enough for them. They want a passport because I'm a foreigner here in Mexico. So this could take me on some whole trajectory, which activate actually some dormant seed, which is powering me into another level now, which is with and this is coming to another topic as well about a passport and all of that, and having your name on some getting back into identity, the identity
Yeah.
game again. So I'm managing
I was
that.
looking at needing to maybe do that. Like I need to get like a driver's license now or something.
Yeah, but it's okay. You have to manage this, like something we speak about
Yeah.
before is that, there's just little things. The whole day is composed of little lessons, just one after another.
Yep.
The mind, if you keep working on this a little bit here, and then tomorrow you do a little bit more, and then you keep doing this thing and you do it well, and after a couple of months, you start to see a whole trajectory of it. You start to see like, oh wow, I can't look at this. I did this bit by bit. And all these things, they have meaning. I think everything is art. Everything that you do is art. Whether you are cooking, whether you are preparing your bed, whether you are whether we're having this podcast now, everything is.
Yeah.
It requires your zest. It requires your spirit in it, And
Yep.
I think we talked about this before about art not being just not being just a making of cool little things,
Yeah.
Art is also human relationships, Art is
Oh yeah.
also setting up your goddamn bank account.
Well, hopefully that'll gain interest while it sits in the bank account for you. So by the time you get it, it's worth even more.
I'd be worth 80 million bazillion credits in the future utopia.
So with the new art, the newest thing that we just arrived yesterday is the Earth Hug Yoga hardback copy.
Oh yes.
And on the back,
transforming, transmuting book.
let's see. I'm gonna have to change something real quick.
So you have to take your green screen.
Nope, that's wrong. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. But on the back of it, it's a hard copy, and on the back of my new book, it has your review. It's got the words. It's got your words on the back of my book. Those
my words in print
words that you wrote about it.
That's super cool. Thank you for putting it on there. I really enjoyed the book. And
Yeah.
I might say a few words about the book, because obviously people looking, and it's difficult to see the words. You can't read them because of the effect that you have on the screen. But, like I was saying, I found this book. I am interested in yoga. I'm not an aficionado. I'm not a person who does. There we go. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and so in the front cover now it says the Wu Wei Flow.
Nice.
It's backwards. It's backwards for the people, but this is now available on our website. So that's pretty neat. The hardback copy is, and it's got your words on it. And yeah, so we've been doing some videos on that each day so I can work the program. I'm making a program on our website to help train people on how to teach the Earth Hug Yoga, and it takes it to a deeper level. It takes it to another level. So we've been doing a video a day on YouTube and on TikTok to share with it. I'm doing a pose every day or other day or so, sharing a pose with the people. So to teach that. And we were working on like the different things of art that I've been doing would be like the books. And I kind of set that aside. I did those for now. I have a bunch of books available. And then did the website. And that's a way of me getting out and doing art. And then I made the app for our community of the Love Temple. And now I'm working on a video game. I'm downloading the software right now so I can build a video game where it's not about war, it's not about fighting, it's not about learning stupid shit. It's about learning like usable stuff, like learning, like you're going to be able to traverse the world and go to a tree and find out what kind of tree it is and what you can use it for and how to harvest the tree and to give the tree a hug and then harvest the dead leaves on the ground and take those back and put them in your backpack and take them back to your house and use those to make medicine. Take that medicine to the deer that you met the other day and feed it to the deer to help the deer not get sick, and make it like where you're like mining in the trash to build things and to make things, and where you have to go.
That'd be my part of the game.
You have to take
I'll be
it
stuck in
down.
that part.
Yeah. You have to take lessons in the game. You're going to learn the lessons of love, and you're going to learn the Tao while you're in the game, you know, and like it's going to be.
What platform are you
peaceful.
building it? What platform are you building it on?
I'm downloading Unreal. I'm just finishing my Unreal verification right now, and so I'm building it on Unreal Games.
I'm stoked, man. That is super cool. What a move.
And I got some friends that are going to help me with it. I have some friends that already work for companies that do that. We already have a programmer lined up. We're always working on donations for the Sustainable Development Inspiring Communities. And that's what the game is going to be. The game is going to be Sustainable Development Inspiring Communities. And all the proceeds that go from the game go back into building real community. And at one point, we'll have the real communities in the game where you can go to this in the game. People can go to the community that we're actually living at and building, and they can buy a tree for where there's an apple tree that's needed. And they can run through the world and dig in the trash and recycle things and make dolls or whatever, you know, and teach people that. Teach people, the kids, getting the kids to play on, are already playing on the game. So get them a game that they can actually learn. Then they can learn from the game and then go outside and use that knowledge. Whoa. Well, like this is something I've been thinking about for a long time. I haven't found a good positive game. They're all about war, fight, and conquer, all of them. And I haven't found one good game yet. So I'm just going to build one. And that's my creation.
That's a super move. I like it. It's bold. It's bold. But if you're into bold things, then it's the way to go, you know.
You can help by designing some characters. Or some costumes.
Yes, for sure. I can make
or some creatures. We're going to get a whole team going. We're going to get funding for it so that we can build it and pay people to work on it.
I love it. I love it.
While we build communities with the money that we make.
I especially like the part about digging in the trash and finding, look, you found some copper wire.
Exactly.
And then you can
put it in your backpack. Take it home and make a solar panel out of it.
Yeah.
I found an old cell phone. Awesome. Take the battery out of it, charge it with the solar panel. Take the rest of the phone and harvest the gold out of it with some vinegar that you made from the old plants.
Yeah.
Useful.
And how is the creating going at the house? What have your projects been since you've been there at the moment? You've been there a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, I've been very patient. You know, first we slept on the hard floor, then we slept on the rugs, then we slept on some pillows, then we got a free bed that we got picked up. Our neighbor helped us go get the bed. So then we slept on a bed. We found some old rugs and we spent hours and hours and days cleaning them. And now we have some nice rugs for the yoga. We got some shelves and some things. We've been to the farmer's market to get some good food and made a whole new batch of crackers / cookies and doing some videos on that and some videos on salsa and gazpacho. Been utilizing the kitchen and just keeping it super simple. We got our little, like, I don't really want to say altar because like the world is an altar. All of it is altar. All of it's the love temple, but we have our little love stones in one spot. Then we have like our book section with our new books that we have available. that we wrote, and then we have our Tao Te Ching. And every day we've been listening to the Tao. We have our schedule for the yoga, the food prep, and the jam session. And we're in a residential area. We're in a community that everybody's busy, so we haven't really gathered up anybody. There's like, it's a whole other challenge of gathering up the people. We've met people, we go on walks, we do the yoga. If no one comes to the class, we still do the yoga class. We still do the food prep. If no one shows up, we're still doing it. We got a schedule for 3 days a week to do that. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And we still do like the jam session. We'll end up going for a neighborhood walk if nobody shows up. Kim's guitar is at Guitar Center getting repaired. And so I found the shower right on the other side of this wall that works really good for my new flute recording studio. So I made a new flute video, and I've been doing some throat singing again. And the shower is like my echo center. This room is really amazing too for the sound and the radiance of sound. But the shower is a whole nother level. So
yes. Yeah, these things, of course, they're going to take time to come, and the people you need to see someone 3 times before something happens.
Yes.
So all these people, you probably met them once, twice, but when you've seen them 3 times and they know you, if you're in a residential area where people maybe not so accustomed, if they're living in big houses in the suburbs, maybe they're not so accustomed to meeting the neighbors other than a cursory, "Hi, Jim," But if they meet somebody who's very forthcoming and very welcoming and very inviting, and you have so much to offer, gradually it's going to come. Actually, with the jam session, I had we have the Casa Amor here. This was just me and Sean playing in Guadalupe, sometimes playing for, I must admit, like, it's 2 years,
Yeah.
And then suddenly, when the same week that you came and Kimberly, the week before came Gustavo, and now there is Laura. Now there is another dude who's coming with the bass guitar. Takako comes, and so like suddenly just go, And I go through phases. I go through phases of the music. I'm not always into doing something constantly. So it comes and it goes. But that runs now. It's keep going, Either I go or whether I don't go, it's still going on.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what I learned in Big Bear, was a lot of consistency. So I was doing hikes for 20 years up there, gathering night hikes like weekly. And I'd have some good friends that would go every week, but then they'd end up moving out of town. And then I'd find some other good friends that would go every week, then they'd move out of town. And some friends would come sometimes. A lot of the time, it just became dragging people out. And especially the COVID was the whole shift of bullshit. And so it was like you had to drag people out. And luckily I have Kim, because no matter what, Kim's right there with me. And so I always got somebody to go hiking with. I always got somebody to jam with. I always got somebody to do yoga with. So I'm very blessed in that part of things. So whatever we do, we're always inviting everybody else, and everybody's always welcome. And so we're still open to finding that community where we really belong. Everywhere we go, we inspire community, and we work on creating community and gathering the community and inspiring it. And we just keep moving forward. So this place here, we might not be here as long as we thought. We might be shifting again soon, seeing where the next community is. I just like to imagine myself.
How's your feeling? What is your feeling telling you? What is your feeling? What is your intuition telling you about where you are in this situation, and like, do you feel good about it? Of course, whether you feel good or you feel good, but is it right for you?
Yeah, it's not quite the right neighborhood or the people for us. We could do a lot of good here. We can reach out, and we're working on that, but it doesn't feel like ours. It doesn't feel like it's ours. It doesn't feel like it is the right spot for us. And so we got it up on maps. We've been spreading the word. We've been going through the neighborhood app and working on spreading the word and gathering. But I'm still, we're in a big, huge house, and we'd love to have all sorts of people with us. We'd love to have our community here. We're open for community. But I keep working on picturing myself in a hammock in an orchard. And it's like that. We want like a big property for the family and for the community, like an orchard with outhouses and buildings, not outhouses that you poop in, but outhouses that are houses to live in, that are scattered throughout the land, and making it a food forest, maybe taking an old ranch, an old failing farm, and doing it permaculture style and biodiversity instead of monocropping and shifting it. So we're really open and picturing what's next. It looks like we're going to need to shift here sooner than we thought, like usual. We planted our seeds, sparked our fire, inspired community, and now we're feeling out to what's next.
Yeah. You fluently moving from one from one thing to another.
Yeah.
Like it would seem for many people like a grand catastrophe. Like they move into a big house and they have this, and then they get there, and then suddenly they realize, oh, maybe this is, I'm going to keep trying, but maybe this is not right for me. It can cause a lot of tension when people have like something this go on, but it just flow. It's just a little okay. I bite too much of that chili. Oh, okay. All right, then. I'll try the green one.
Simplicity, patience, and compassion. Those are the three laws of the Tao, the three guidelines of the Tao, and that's what we practice. We're here in simplicity. We bought a $20 blender. That's about it. Besides the food, everything else we've been able to get what we've needed, and so we haven't needed much else besides food. We buy some food, and there's a nice farmers market, but so we're doing the simplicity route, where the bird came and landed on the trees waiting for me to come outside and say hello. Got a friend of bird communities already. Got the hawks following us and the little birds following us, and met all them, and they want to hang out. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, working on simplicity and patience. That's the main thing, is just patience. Like, okay, I don't have this. I don't have a phone, but I'll have one. I don't have this, but if I need it, I'll get one. So back to that same mantra, we receive all that we need, and we always will. And if I don't have it right now, then I don't need it. And when I need it, I'll receive it. So patience and simplicity is so amazing, and being compassionate to myself and to those around me at the same time. It's such a beautiful, amazing path.
Yeah.
But it takes patience.
I totally agree. It takes patience.
I'm patiently practicing patience.
You have to know yourself, like not just who you think you are, not just the aspects of your life, but to know your deeper energies, your more subtle energies, the things that trigger you, the places where you're gonna really have some difficulty. Be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Everybody has these human frailties. They kind of built into the system when we were sort of like fragmented into being persons, like we were each given a set of special frailties that make us, that give. So, but this is trial for me. I'm really enjoying actually these days of I'm like really coming to spending a lot more time with myself.
Yeah,
Not in a sort of
beautiful.
like introverted way, but more like, oh wow, there's so much. I I just opened this Pandora's box, you know. Especially a lot of my meditations and my contemplations are they're getting super powerful, you know.
Wow, yeah.
And I'm constantly processing and finding out all this new information. Sometimes feel like I'm receiving extra extraterrestrial supernatural information, um, and it did take me a little time to work through it, you know, and I enjoy spending time with myself. But super, I am also at the same time I have to balance this out because this is like I said, the day is made up of small little things. And it's not just all day I'm extraterrestrial supernatural. Eventually I gotta come back down to earth. I've got to clean the the toilet. I gotta go and get the food from the market, and I gotta go to my friend's house with whatever, you know. You have to balance each thing. It requires a certain alchemy of energies, you know, that we're working
Yeah.
with. Finding that energy. If you're taking certain energies, they work in certain um, they work better than others for certain things, you know. I love your heartstone, your heart rock.
Yeah. I figure I'd change the background again, mix it up a little bit.
Hey, your tomato plant has got a one red tomato.
Huh?
Do you want me to eat it now, the tomato?
Oh yeah, you found it? Yeah, that's awesome. It's like
I get,
growing.
I get, I get the red tomato now. I eat it, and you can enjoy it vicariously through me.
Yeah, for sure.
You want it?
Those yeah, those cherry tomato plants
I'm
are
going.
amazing because they just keep on giving you tomatoes. They're such a giver. I dumped one into the earth here, and there's like 20 sprouts that came up. They're super amazing.
Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna get the
Let's
tomato.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this tomato. We're
Sounds
gonna
good.
enjoy it together.
Yeah, sounds good. So, like 3 months ago, we planted some tomato seeds in Mexico when we were there in Bucerias, and we thought we were going to be there a bit longer. And then the shift happened, and it was time for us to move. So, Cameron received a bunch of our plants, and our tomatoes were green. Some of them were green, and Cameron took over the care of the plants. So, the seeds that we plant sometimes aren't even for us, and that's okay. Oh, beautiful. And there it is, man. That is so beautiful. That's my favorite kind of tomato. They're so easy to grow. How many of them have you gotten so far?
This is the second.
Second? And it's just going to keep getting more and more than that. Keep getting more and more abundance. It's amazing. And squirt some of those seeds from one of those tomatoes in the neighborhood or in the bushes or in different spots, you know, you'll just keep getting tomatoes, keep planting them.
All the they do really well, and I actually like your composting system. It's super cool to put
Yeah,
all
flower
the
pot composting. I'm going to
yeah,
teach
just
that in a video game.
yeah. It's so good. It's so good because well, first of all, there's certain compost you have to move it very fast, you know, and actually having a really big compost takes a lot of organization
Yep.
and a lot of work.
Yeah.
But this way, actually, just put in the fruit and the fruit skins and the seeds and everything down on the bottom, and then piling the soil on top of it, mix it with some grit, keeping it moist from underneath. It makes the perfect sense, you know. And to give it a couple of weeks beforehand of stewing and fermenting, just to get it going, and then.
Yep.
When you add the soil bit by bit, you know, you add the soil bit by bit, you let it culture. It's like making a yogurt, you know.
Yep.
Anyway, I love the style. I'm gonna eat this right now. I'm gonna tell you what's going on.
All right.
Oh, that is so good.
Mm.
Mm, that is good one. Mm.
We found a lady at the farmer's market that grows a bunch of her own food for like 40 years or something, her whole life, even probably like 70 years. And her tomatoes were pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think it's it's cookery before cooking.
Yeah, for sure. So we want to teach
It's
that in
kitchen
the
alchemy.
video game too, where you have to, find something that works for a flower pot in the game, and then put your compost in it, add some worms to it, and then put your seeds that you saved from the tomato into it and stuff, and make that all in the video game. So they're teaching the kids how to flower pot compost and how to grow their own fruit and vegetables and how to save the seeds for more planting.
Mm, yes. I like it. I like to have lots of plants around me. I think it's very important. I don't know how people live. Um, like, I mean, including myself, like when I'm in somewhere like this where I have trees all around me, I have plants all around my place. This is essential part of a good life. I think
Yes.
to have lots of plants around you, lots of fruit giving trees, lots of herbs, and to develop a relationship with the beings that live around you. You know, you see this plant every day, talk to it.
Yeah,
Find a
for
way,
sure.
hey,
We,
listen to it. It's going to tell you
yeah,
something eventually. You'll be quiet now.
definitely. Here we came into this property where there's like no plants. It's not like Mexico. There's like landscaping trees in the front, and some of them just look so raggedy. They've been cut so many times to be landscaped and cut. They're just like, they're just withered old dying men that had their arms cut off. It's like, they're not happy. It's not good. And they're not usable. They're not useful. Even like it's this place we live in is called the Rose Garden, and the gardeners don't know how to trim roses. I know how to trim roses to make them grow roses. I would have every house would have 100 roses if I was the one trimming these roses. But they're just gardeners, so they just cut the tops off,
Mm.
and so they're just like trying to keep growing, and they just keep cutting the tops off. It's not the way that you take care of plants. Landscapers don't even know nothing. I'm a land sculptor was a lot different than landscaping. You make it so you catch the water. You make it so that it's usable. You make it so that the plant is happy and you take care of the plant how it wants to grow, not just chop off the top every few weeks. So
Yeah,
it's kind of
exactly.
sad. But now we're here, so we're letting the weeds grow in the backyard and find out what they are. We got some lemon trees that are baby lemon trees, and we got some baby wild lettuce and some other ones that we're learning. And we already started planting seeds the first week. Everything that we ate, we saved the seeds for it and planted them. And we're going to be leaving here, and hopefully, someone will be able to enjoy those someday.
Yeah. Often we just keep planting, we
Until
just
we
keep
have,
creating life.
yeah, the goal is of sustainable development, inspiring communities, the SDICINC. The goal is to have a property that is the sustainable development inspiring communities, not my property, not your property, not anybody's property, but it's the sustainable development inspiring communities property where we can live there and we can grow plants and plant trees and plant seeds and leave that for others and leave that for the community and plant those for the community and plant those for future generations to enjoy. And we haven't had the land yet, and so we're just working on building all those doorways of abundance by having fun writing the books and having fun building the website. And now I'm going to be having fun building this video game and just
Yeah.
opening doors to abundance for us to be able to get there, get to the property that we can take care of sustainably and leave for the future and share. It's not about, for us, it's not about I. And for Kim and I, it's not about Kim and I. It's about we as a community. It's about us building a garden to share. It's about us having property for the community. We don't want our own property. We don't want property in our name. Who can even own land? It's all no man's land. It's ridiculous that you can even buy a house here. You don't even own this house. You don't even own the land here. No one ever owns the lands. Who even bought the land in the first place? It's all freaking ridiculous. But within that system, we have to play some of these stupid rules, I guess, and maybe we won't by the time we get it. But to raise the funds, to buy the property, to build community, for the future, for each other. And that, I think, is very important. And that's what we're building these doorways of abundance for. The nonprofit is a doorway for abundance. The books, the videos, the YouTube channel, all of it is a doorway for abundance so that we can build that community for the community. And communities all over. We want to continue to build community after community after community. And on the communities, we build things to share and build things for the people. We build things on the land. We make things out of trash. We turn trash into treasure and create art out of it, and constantly are making things with the community, for the community, to bring back to the community. It's a beautiful life.
Yes. Just doing what you love to do, you know it's going to be a hard work. You know it's going to be time and craft. And maybe it wasn't, or maybe it was something that is a continual process of lives upon lives, you know, of many people coming together, we resonate together. And yeah, this is a quest, you know, when you're on a computer game. When you're on a computer game, it's not like, you know, oh, you just go here and then no, you know, there's.
Don't see Kim. Hold on 1 sec. Good day.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for having a beautiful day. Yeah, UPS just showed up. I had to, offer them a beautiful day. We finally got a phone after not having a phone for a while. I haven't had a phone for 3 weeks now, maybe. And Kim's phone was just gone for a few days, so her phone just showed up today. Mine should show up tomorrow, so we're going to be able to create again on that level. Because this has been my phone lately, and the WhatsApp disappeared on it, and a bunch of things don't work on it. And the camera is not so good, but we work with what we got.
Yeah, you work. And I want to make a point on that, because my phone, this one, you can see very beautiful, very state of the art. I mean, actually, this is a very impressive piece of technology, but things are moving.
It's got one of those black holes so fast.
Yeah, it's got a couple of black holes. This is where I left it outside, and the water got into the screen, and the screens got busted up. But it's state-of-the-art technology. Still, just doesn't run. It's not state of the art of the state of the state of the state. You know. So
state of the art.
What I found I can do with this phone, because I wanted the other phone so that I could do some more stuff like this, and I could do my recordings and all of this. But recently I have been getting into doing audio talking, like doing my diary, doing my stories as audio first. And so I did them as audio, and then I found this amazing piece of artificial intelligence technology called Whisper. And it works through Google's collaboration studios. And you can upload any audio file and it transcribes it into a really good text, you know? So I'm really taking advantage of that, you know? If you
Whisper
like, I
from
can
Google
send you all
Apps.
the. Yeah,
Is it
I'll
what's
send you the video of how to set it up.
I'm just checking it out. It looks like it's from Google Apps. It's called Whisper.
No, this is actually on. It's an open source. It's not. It's not. I don't know whether it's an
Oh, this is a
application
community.
now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a community of open source community.
Yeah, that was Whisper.
So this is super cool. I'll send you the video, and maybe you can put the
Okay.
video in the link to this as well. If people are interested in doing this sort of thing, because I'm either talking or I'm writing for a great part of the time. You know, this is part of my
So
creative process.
You can talk and it writes out for you?
No, first I talk, I record, and then I put it in there. But also, it will transfer it into subtitles with with timers.
So what I want to do is film a video of me talking. Then I want to pull the audio file out of that and use that. And then I want to take the words out of that audio file and have the print. And so from one video, you can do your audio file and then you can use that as a podcast. And then you can take the words and use that as a blog. I want an app that does that.
And then you can do live readings of it. You could reread it as a live reading.
Wow. Yeah, you'll have to share that with me. But
I'll share this because it's super cool technology. I had to, I was like trying to find a way to do this because the day I found out like all this wasn't happening, I'm like, I need to keep creating. I need to find a way to do this, you know?
yes. And so you're using what you have to do that.
Exactly. And I take my busted ass phone and it's doing it. This phone, mwah, I love you. You keep with the stay. And maybe I get another phone which is good for some other stuff. But this one is serving. Thank you.
Our phones did the full on like black screen of death where like they wouldn't turn back on, like they were completely black. There was no bringing life back to this phone. Not even both of our phones, not even a charger. It wouldn't even show that it was being charged. It just completely died, both of them. So that's awesome to be able to use something that's broken and to continue using it. Recycle, reduce, reuse as much as possible, not just throw away. They've been teaching us and they've been outmoding us for all of these years. And it's so beautiful to not do that, to be able to reuse that. And so we're going to finish up this video and do this again next week. I should be in this location where I can do it again and keep on going. Really good creating with what you have, creating with what you can, creating however, whatever, just create, just do it, right? What would you say?
Yes, I totally agree. You just follow what you are doing and you do the little lessons that the Spirit gives you. And each one is a little creative task, whatever it is, whether it's in relationship with somebody, whether it's you're writing your book, whether it's you're preparing your new house for all the things that are going to happen. You just do the little things and you take care. And like you said, you do with compassion, with patience, and with joy. You do these things with beauty. And you don't need to worry about the big thing that's going to happen. You think about your whole life. All the big things are going to happen. What big thing ever happened? No, it was just a lot of little things, you know?
Yes.
The big thing will happen. And it's not in our, that's not that's not for us to know. Because then that would be like opening the egg. before the chicken's ready. I don't know the metaphor. You're just not going to get the chocolate out of it. There's no chocolate in there, you know. The chocolate comes with maturity. It takes time to mature the cacao. You know, it takes time to get the thing ready. So that's out of the question. Just doing really what you love, making things, whatever it be, whether it be singing, whether it be dancing, whether it be cooking, whether it be public speaking, whether it be graphic designing, doesn't matter.
Just
do your little lesson. Do your little quest. One little mission at a time, you know?
Yes. Beautiful. I love it. We'll have to integrate that into the video game. You know, teaching people just get started. And it's really, and the video game is life. And so even in that, like with that especially, like the whole walk of 1,000 miles starts with the first step, the hike. You can't go on a hike or a walk around the neighborhood if you don't get up and make that first step. You can't make a website until you start making a website, and then you just go from there. You don't know, you can just learn it along the way, figure it out along the way. Just get started. You want to play guitar, get a job, get a guitar, start playing, start learning. It's really amazing what can be done with just gotta do that first step. You can do it. I believe in you and everybody. Just creation, that's what we're here for, right? We're here to create and enjoy and create what brings us joy. Create in joy.
Yes, it's the age of creation. That's the new magical era now, you know.
Yep.
We are done with studying the universe and trying to figure out the whys and all of this. We didn't really get anywhere with that. Although we found a lot of interesting materials and built a lot of really crazy technologies from all this science.
Yeah, but there's so many tools.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tools for us out there.
Exactly. So just take advantage of it and get involved in the magical era. Get involved.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate your wisdom and your advice and your smile. Thank you so much for sharing your path and your life with us. Really look forward to having you on again next week. I like this. Let's continue this. I think it's very inspiring for the users. I like just hanging out and talking with you. I don't care if anybody watches anyways or whatever. So I'm glad that we can share it too, though, and enjoy this beautiful day.
I love and miss you, Cam.
Well, hola. I love and miss you both. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon for sure.
We are connected. I love you both. And
Love you too.
I love what you're doing. You keep doing it. And you have a fan here. You have collaborator, co-creator here for all things. Yeah. So let's keep the magical connection open. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Much love. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We love you. Contact us, Cameron at Camulets on Instagram or at camulets.com. Thank you, Cam from Camulets. Appreciate all the amulets you made. We love our necklaces. We wear them all the time. Super stoked on it. Love you so much. Have a beautiful day.
Love you guys. Ciao.